Ready. Play.
So let me see if I can get... it's Lian, right, to say your name?
Lian.
Yeah, Lian. There are far more difficult names to spell on the... Oh, to pronounce on the tour, that's for sure. Tell us about your 2 matches today, first of all.
Yeah, it was tough. Like 2 matches on one day. I haven't played 2 matches on one day, singles match, in a long time. But I'm happy I survived. In the mornings, there was not so much wind. It was sunny. The circumstances were so different. And in the second match in the afternoon, there was a lot of wind. Yeah, the sun was very low, so it was a bit difficult also to look to serve. But yeah, I'm really happy I qualified, and I'm playing tomorrow probably again.
Yes. So I've watched you play 2 or 3 times in the last week or so. Last week at a different event, a W125. And you on the court, you're quite different to how you are now off the court. I'm watching a very, very serious person. Even when you're winning points and things are going well, like today, often there's still like. I mean, I remember, for example, let's just say you were up a double break there in the second set, and there would be a close call, and you'd do that with your foot, and I'd be thinking, well, things are going pretty well, but there's so much focus there.
Yeah, I'm actually very emotional from the inside. I
Okay.
just try to hide it, and like if you're so emotional on court, I think it distracts me. So I'm trying to stay cool and just focus on the next one, even though it's not always that easy. But I try to, yeah, try my best to just stay calm and focus on the next point.
I want to get to know, or we want to get to know a little bit about all these players, because there's 1,000 players around the world on the tour that are there grinding it out week in, week out, and I'd like to get to know some of the players, including you, of course, Lian. So, I mean, are you here on your own? Do you have a coach? Have you got family here, or
This tournament, I'm by myself.
okay?
I'm alone.
And were you on your own last week as well?
Yes, I was also. Yeah, it can be quite lonely. I travel a lot, sometimes with my sister, but she's a bit lower ranked than me, so I'm playing higher tournaments. But yeah, I'm traveling alone most of the time, and yeah, it's tough. It's more like cheaper for me, and I try to entertain myself besides the tournament because it's only hotel and tennis courts. But so yeah, if you're still in the tournament, it's fun because you're like playing matches and you're still like busy. But if you're like out of the tournament, and sometimes I'm just a bit bored or lonely or
Yeah, because
I'm sad.
I guess last week you had sort of 3, 4, 5 days before this tournament began. What do you do in that period?
Actually, my last match was on Friday.
Okay, yeah.
And I started the week on Sunday. So Saturday, I had a nice day off. I went to the city center of Lisbon. It was really nice. I had some nice food, and I could go sightseeing a bit. And then Sunday practicing, and Monday already started this tournament. So this week was quite fine, but sometimes on other tournaments you need to wait for a few days, and yeah, like if you lost your last match, it can be a bit like you're alone, and I'm sad and I'm bored. I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
What do you do when you're bored?
Yeah, I try to. Actually, food makes me really happy.
Okay,
Nice
that's a
food.
good start.
That's I always try to order some nice food besides the matches. That's like my happiness besides tennis, and yeah, Netflix. Yeah, call with my family and my friends. So yeah.
I mean, home is the Netherlands, right? So it's not
Yeah.
too far away, at least while you're on the tour in Europe. So hopefully you get to go home from time to time, right?
Yeah. So after this week, I'm planning to go home. It's
You mentioned your sister, who's a bit lower ranked than you. I see that you're not far away from a personal high. Is that right? Your current ranking is 372, maybe.
yeah. I dropped a bit, so I think I'm around 370. But my highest rank was I think 355.
355.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, with a good week this week, and maybe another week or two of good weeks, we could be getting to a career high as well. Is that the sort of motivation? Is that what keeps you going, or do you sort of just look at each match at a time, or a bit of both?
Yeah, of course, it gives a bit pressure if I look at the points because now I qualified. I think I will get around 5 points, so it's not. I will not go up that much, but I think it's good for my confidence that I qualified and playing a lot of matches. And if I would win one more match in the main draw, then I will get like higher ranked. I will
Okay.
go up more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just try to enjoy, and of course like good wins gives me motivation to keep going.
Do you have any superstitions?
Oh, superstition.
Superstitions, like, for example, do you like insist on a certain routine before you play, or do you have to have a certain pre-match meal, or do you put your hat on and then your left shoe and your right shoe, or anything like this?
Actually, I yeah, I'm a bit boring sometimes, but if I like some food and I keep winning, I can eat the same food for a week.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. I don't
This
think
is
that's boring.
my or I can eat the same food for 6 days in a row, or yeah, like I always play with a towel,
Okay.
and yeah.
What about in terms of the situation with contracts or anything? Do you have any like clothing? Do they give you the clothes for free?
Oh.
Yes, that's the win
Yeah,
there.
this is my sponsor,
Uh-huh.
the Indian Maharaja. That's for my clothes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sponsored by Hat
Okay, so
for the rackets and the bags and the strings.
that's nice. So that's good. Then you've got that. All right, let's know a little bit as well about you. What are your hobbies away from tennis?
Oh, yeah, I like to spend time with my family, have a nice. I'm a really like matcha fan.
A what fan?
A matcha.
What's
Do you know?
matcha?
Matcha, like the green tea.
Okay, okay.
Or bubble tea.
Yes.
I like to get that when I'm at home.
Katie Volinets is a big bubble tea fan.
Oh,
So she's,
interesting.
top 100, so
Yeah.
maybe that's
Yeah,
something.
me too. I'm a big bubble tea fan. I have 2 little dogs at home, so I try to spend as much as time with them if I'm back home. I try to see as much family and friends, to hang out, have nice dinner, to do nice things. Yeah, just to and shopping.
And
Easy.
shopping, okay, good. What's your favourite shot? If you had one shot to win this tournament this week, for example, what would you like it to be?
I would say my backhand down the line.
Backhand down the line, okay,
Yeah.
nice one. If you could take a shot from another player, who would it be? But more importantly, which shot would it be?
Oh, I would like to have the serve from Sabalenka. I'm not as big as her.
Yeah, I thought you'd go. I had a feeling you'd go serve. I didn't know which player, but yeah, Sabalenka's serve. That does make
Yeah,
sense.
but I'm not as tall as her, so I wish I was a bit taller, but I have another game.
Yeah. What with another game? What can you do? I mean, are you thinking of ways of varying your serve, slicing it, or is this kind of the best thing you can do when you're not haven't quite got the power of Aryna?
Yeah, because I'm not that tall, I will not hit aces or very like hard serves. So I try to mix it up, focus on my percentage, like making lots of first serves, mixing it up. Yeah, and I try to win the points from the rally and not from my serve.
Well,
Unfortunately.
let me just say there's a good inspiration for you. I remember watching Rafa Nadal in his late teens and his early 20s, and he would just put the ball in and then play the point, basically. So at least you can follow that. One more I have for you, which is toughest opponent that you've
Ooh,
played.
toughest. Actually, when I was younger, I played against Iga under 14.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but that was Tennis Europe. That was a long time ago.
Okay, so
I played against her.
like 8 years ago, is that more or less? 9 years
Ooh,
ago?
I was, I think, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you're 22 now?
22.
Yeah, so 9 years ago. What was it like? Where was it? Sorry, tell me
It
again.
was in Sweden
Sweden, okay.
at the
Is
like
that
Winter Cup for
hard?
juniors on hard courts.
Okay, and how did it go?
Actually, I was number 1 under 14 at that time, and Iga was also number 1 under 14 from Poland, and I played against her, and yeah, I remember that I lost 6-1, 6-1,
Mm-hmm.
and she was already playing super heavy balls, having this good serve, yeah, she played like a man. Like I was
So much power.
so much power. I was like I didn't have any chance. That's what I remembered. So yeah, that was my toughest opponent.
Okay.
by
And
far.
what is, you know, if I could say, look, you're going to have a good run at a Grand Slam, which one of the four? You know, maybe you're not going to win it, but you're going to, you know, win a couple of matches, you're going to qualify. Which slam would you like that to be at most?
I love Wimbledon.
Okay.
I think the surface I would like to play on grass also.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.